Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back in with another cryptocurrency video. Let's get right into this one, and today we're going to be talking about Binance Coin, which is actually one of the cryptocurrencies that I'm the most bullish on. Now, it is currently a top 3 cryptocurrency. To be honest, don't see that changing anytime soon. At the very least, I expect this to remain a top 5 cryptocurrency pretty much forever, and I think it can very well remain in the top 3. So you're kind of seeing more as the cryptocurrency markets mature, which ones are truly leading, and Binance Coin is absolutely one of them. It's going to be very hard for any exchange and blockchain to dethrone Binance Coin in what it's doing, right? CZ, the CEO of Binance, I'll talk a little bit about him, and we're going to take a look at his Twitter. He's extremely smart. He has really paved the way for cryptos since the beginning, and I think that time and time again what he's doing is he's innovating and creating more and more use cases for the BNB token, which is causing this massive increase in price, right? In the last 7 days alone, it's up 27%, which is actually more than Ethereum. And the reason why I'm pointing that out, right, is because Binance recently launched their Binance Smart Chain, and that is, their blockchain that allows for smart contracts. It's proof of stake, etc. And it's extremely fast. It's extremely cheap, right? It's only a few cents per transaction compared to, $50 plus on the Ethereum network, and that is why it has a massive advantage right now, right? And what that's causing is a lot of people to start using Binance Smart Chain over the Ethereum network, and you can see this by the daily transactions chart, which has absolutely skyrocketed, right? We're currently at 3.5 million a day. So this is, we absolutely skyrocketed in terms of daily transactions. And what that means, right, is that more and more people are spending Binance Coin and using Binance Coin, because for every transaction on the Binance Smart Chain, you need to pay with the Binance token. And that's just one of the use cases of the Binance Coin, right? We've got the centralized exchange, Binance, which is my favorite exchange, the most popular exchange. If you don't have a Binance account yet and you're interested in using Binance or just purchasing the Binance coin, that is the best place and pretty much the only place to buy the BNB coin. And I'll leave a link to Binance in the description of this video if you're interested in joining and buying the Binance coin. So make sure to check that out, link in the description below. But looking back at the chart, right, we're going to look at the history of Binance Coin. And a couple things right off the bat that I'm going to point out is you can see the stability of the coin as a whole, right? Even during bear markets, etc., it's actually, always been a coin that has had some steadiness to it. And that's just becoming more and more true over time, right? In fact, we finally broke out above, $50, and that really caused a massive spike where, we very quickly pushed over 100. And don't forget this spike right here, right? Very much powered by the launch of the Binance Smart Chain. And you can see how that goes hand in hand with the increase in daily transactions. And it looks like we might even push new highs in terms of daily transactions as well. And of course, the price is actually already breaking out to new highs, right? Currently at $335. That is indeed a new, we're basically in all-time high territory, pretty much. We'll look at the more detailed chart in just a second, and I'll talk about that. But we are now above a $50 billion market cap for Binance Coin. Some people might think that's very high, but throughout this video, I will explain why I think that is really nothing right now for the Binance Coin. And I think this is one of the safest and the smartest plays in cryptos right now. I think that Binance Coin, even if we do see a pullback or a minor bear market, which I'm not really expecting that anytime soon, but even if that were the case, I can really expect this to be one of the steadiest cryptos and one that will hold up very well, just because it has so many things working for it, right? Between the centralized exchange, the decentralized exchange of Binance, the Binance Smart Chain, the BNB powers the whole entire Binance ecosystem, and that ecosystem is almost dominating the cryptocurrency industry right now. So you do really have to keep that in mind when you're trying to analyze the Binance coin, right? And that is what I'm talking about in this video, of course. So we're gonna take a look at CZ's Twitter here, and I'm going to show you a couple things that I find interesting. So first off, he is kind of touting that they're going to launch some sort of Binance NFT marketplace, right? We have someone who said, can we expect the Binance NFT marketplace? And of course, CZ Binance responds kind of jokingly, careful what you wish for, basically insinuating that there will be some type of NFT integration into the Binance Smart Chain. Once again, something that'll probably push Binance even higher. He also mentioned that the BUSD stablecoin just crossed $4 billion in market cap. That's another huge factor, right? Their stablecoin is gaining more authority and more volume. That is once again going to help the Binance ecosystem as a whole. They launched a Visa card, a debit card. That is huge as well. Also wanted to point out that CZ is actually not just rooting for the Binance coin. He even applauded the new all-time high of Ethereum, and I do like that. I do appreciate the fact that he's not putting down any other cryptocurrencies. He wants to see the whole cryptocurrency industry succeed as a whole, and I think that we're seeing that we don't need a single winner, right? Many cryptos are going to do well, many blockchains are going to do well, and there's going to be interoperability between the networks. We are still at the beginning of all of this, and there's no reason to need to put down any other coins, right? He is working on doing everything he can over at Binance, and he's doing a great job at that. So I did want to point that out as, further showing, kind of the intelligence and the level of respect that I have for CZ. Now, he also retweeted someone that said that, Binance coin broke a new all-time high. April will be a great month. He's been pretty accurate with some of these predictions. If we look at someone here that posted a chart, this is very much in line with kind of what I'm seeing on my own chart, which we're going to talk about in a second. But basically, we may stabilize for a bit here. Now that we're over $300, it becomes increasing more likely that we see a pump to $500, $500 plus, which is mentioned here, and I do think that is very likely to happen. It's just a matter of time, and I don't even think it'll be that long. So the last thing that I wanted to mention is when BNB was at $350, which is actually higher than we are at now, he actually tweeted, "Still in the dip, hashtag BNB, not financial advice." So there's sort of a pattern of this. I think that he is working at Binance. He knows what they're about to launch in the future. He has a very good read on the cryptocurrency market as a whole. So I'd pay attention to a comment like that for whatever you think it's worth. But I did want to actually point that out specifically. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the actual chart of the Binance token right now. Also, by the way, forgot to mention, if you want to follow my live cryptocurrency market updates, I've been posting a bit more often there. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. Link to that in the description of this video as well. So heading over to Tradingview, we are going to look at what's been happening recently to the Binance coin, and there are a couple signs that I should point off right away. So first off, we have broken above $312, which was a resistance level, and we actually did put in somewhat of a double top, which is typically a bearish pattern, but I'll explain why I'm not too worried about that right now. And by all means, this is a little bit of an unusual chart, not typically common, so sort of a rare type of setup that we're seeing, where we have some signs that would point towards a pullback, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're going to see barely any pullback at all here, and I'll explain why. So first off, we have mostly bullish signals, right? We just crossed back into the positive territory on the MACD. We've got the histogram that turned green after a little bit of downtrend there. The price has already stabilized for a while, so I'm also going to point that out. And we had this bearish divergence that was building, and now we broke out of that. So, we were kind of looking towards maybe a fall back lower, but that's very much canceled for the time being, unless we go all the way back down to $234, which I think is going to be very hard right now. I really don't see that being that likely. The only really bearish sign right now that we have on the chart is going to be the fact that we rejected the break above 70 on the RSI, and keep in mind that could change. We could definitely break out above that, but we did get a rejection there, and like I said, the fact that we double topped at $363. Now, typically, those would be bearish signs, but we have other signs on the chart that tell us that we're actually going to most likely hold up very well right here. So despite the fact that we broke out above $313, we have everything still uptrending, right? We've got all the moving averages moving higher, and we have already been on an uptrend, but I don't think it's stopping here, right? We actually are pretty far from a crossover between the white line and the orange line, and we have now newfound strong support at $313. Our resistance is at 363, and we're pretty high in terms of the Bollinger Band. All those things tell me that we are probably going to trade alongside this range right here between 315 and 363 for a bit of time, right? It might not even be that long, but once we have managed to stabilize enough, I think we're going to see very easily a breakout above $363, and I expect a very quick move to $400 and then $500 plus. I really think that Binance Coin is not stopping anytime soon in terms of my price prediction for 2021. I think that we're going to see Binance Coin well above $500. And in terms of the next 1 to 2 years out, do not be surprised if we see Binance Coin, above $1,000. And in terms of market cap here, if we go back to coinmarketcap.com, what that means is, getting us to $500. That is going to bring us, that much closer to that $100 billion market cap. And don't think that $100 billion in market cap is overvalued or that high for Binance Coin. I don't think it's that high at all. In fact, I'm fully comparing Binance Coin right now to Ethereum. I think Binance Coin is going to manage to compete very well with Ethereum. Could take 20-30% of the market share of Ethereum in that sense. And that's a big deal, right? That means that, Ethereum, I'm expecting it to go to $1 trillion plus. But Binance Coin, seeing it at 100 billion, 200 billion, 250 billion, that is not overvalued. In my opinion, I think that's where Binance Coin will be valued in the very near future. So, you can do the math there for yourself, but we are talking of a 3x, 4x, 5x in, just the next 2 years alone, I think. So, really, I am very, very bullish on Binance Coin, and you can see it in its steadiness here. We probably are going to enter a little bit of consolidation, but that is just going to be a even safer buying opportunity right now, in my opinion. None of this is financial advice. It's just my own personal opinion. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video. Like I said, if you do actually want to purchase Binance Coin and trade on the Binance exchange, which is my favorite exchange, I'm not sponsored by them. It's just honestly the exchange that I've been using for the longest time. Make sure to check out Binance. Link in the description of this video. And with that being said, I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe. I'll see you soon.